In a faraway land shrouded in mystery, nestled amidst towering mountains that scraped the sky, there lived a terrible giant. This wasn't just any giant. It was a terrifying sight to behold. He had only one eye in the middle of his forehead, and it glowed with a menacing red light that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to meet its gaze. In his hand, he always carried a huge iron blade, the giant's knife, as long and heavy as an entire tree trunk. The giant roamed the mountain ranges, and anyone who crossed his path, especially the travelers who strayed too far from the beaten track, were doomed. He had no pity in his heart. He would chase them down, beat them to a pulp, grind their bones to dust between two millstones, and then use the powder to make bread. One evening, a young boy named Jack got lost while gathering firewood for his family. He wandered around until the sun dipped below the horizon, and when the first stars twinkled above him, he realized he was utterly alone. As darkness fell, the forest came alive with eerie sounds. Jack's heart pounded in his chest, and suddenly he saw a faint light flickering in the distance. Hope surged through him. He stumbled toward the light, and when he reached it, he found a cave hidden behind a curtain of vines. Cautiously, Jack entered the cave. Inside, by the light of a roaring fire, sat the giant. He was sharpening his knife, and the red glow illuminated the sinister glint in his one eye. He looked up and spotted Jack. A cruel smile spread across his face, and he lumbered to his feet, blocking the cave entrance. "Well, well," he rumbled, his voice echoing like thunder. "A little morsel for my supper." He lunged for Jack, but the boy was quicker than the giant expected. He dodged and darted past him, racing out of the cave. The giant roared in anger and gave chase. Jack ran as fast as his legs could carry him, but the giant was relentless. Soon he was close enough to reach out and grab Jack by the collar. "You can't escape me, little one," the giant snarled. "I'll catch up with you soon enough." And with that, he let Jack go, figuring that the boy would lead him right back to his dinner. But Jack had a plan. Instead of running away, he turned around, looked the giant in the eye and said, "You wouldn't dare kill me. If you do, you'll have to answer to my father. He'll avenge me." The giant laughed, a sound that shook the ground beneath their feet. "Your father, the mighty oak, the biggest coward in the forest, he won't lift a finger to protect you." And with that, he tightened his grip around Jack's throat. But then something unexpected happened. Jack screamed, a piercing cry that echoed through the mountains. Suddenly, the trees around them began to rustle violently, and the leaves formed a thick canopy over their heads. The giant struggled to see through the sudden darkness, and when he finally did, what he saw made him gasp in surprise. Standing before him were hundreds of armed warriors, their faces fierce and determined. They surrounded the giant, their weapons raised high. Without hesitation, they charged forward, and in a matter of moments, the giant was no longer standing. He collapsed to the ground, his life fading away. The warriors stood victorious, their weapons still raised. And among them, Jack, no longer afraid, stepped forward. He looked around at the assembled company and asked, "Who are you? Who are you?" The warriors parted, revealing a tall, majestic oak tree. Its branches reached towards the sky, and its leaves rustled softly in the wind. "I am your father," the oak rumbled, his voice deep and resonant. "And these are my brothers. We are here to protect you, Jack."